It is Sunday, August 9, 2020. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Welcome to LCJ Live. Coming up, we'll talk Ted Lasso, this new Apple TV show that starts on Friday with Jason Sudeikis from Saturday Night Live and the Angry Birds movie franchise, a lot of other projects, but boy, is he good in this new one. We'll talk about Ted Lasso. Plus, Project Power, I watched it last night. Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, new documentary called Boy State. I'll preview those a little bit for you here. Coming up on LCJ Live, a lot of other new movies are out. The Travers was yesterday. Usually the Travers is held at the end of the summer, but with everything shifting around, all the different horse races and everything this year, they had the Travers yesterday, so I've got a little horsey here for you. I wanted South Bend to win because of South Bend, Indiana, Regis, Notre Dame. That would have been nice, but that did not happen yesterday, unfortunately. But did you watch the Travers? If you're from upstate New York, Capital Region, it's a big deal every year. Nobody at Saratoga this year, but it was still broadcast nationally on Fox. What new movies have you watched this weekend? So many are out there, from my favorite, I Used to Go Here with Gillian Jacobs, to the animated Sam Sam, to The Tax Collector, which has made some money in some drive-ins, to An American Pickle, Made in Italy, Secret Garden, Howard. What have you watched? Have you watched any of them? 7 new movies to choose from for you at home that are out right now, and then a couple more this weekend, the ones I mentioned off the top. There's some other ones on the way here on LCJ Live. It is almost the middle of August already. This is crazy that we're almost winding down the summer season, but there's still a lot to look forward to with all these new movies out, plus ones over the next few weeks like Tesla with Ethan Hawke, the new Phineas and Ferb movie, which I have had a chance to see. That's on Disney Plus on the 28th. The one and only Ivan coming to Disney Plus on the 21st. I'm looking forward to that. What's up, Woody Beauchamp? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Let's get into Ted Lasso. Before I begin with Ted Lasso, this morning I was on the WTEN, the ABC affiliate here in upstate New York, talking about some of these new movies like I Used to Go Here and Sam Sam, Secret Garden, and Howard, as well as what's happening with indoor movie theaters, indoor movie theaters and drive-ins. Thank you to the folks at WTEN, News 10 ABC, for having me on. If you want to check that out, go to news10.com with the video piece. It came out really nicely. So thank you so much to News 10 for having me on. All right, Ted Lasso. This is the new Apple TV Plus comedy series. Sports comedy gets into a little dramedy territory in the second half of the show. Premieres this Friday, August 14th, with 3 episodes and then 1 new episode each Friday all the way through October 2nd. Now, that was kind of the original plan of what HBO Max was going to do with Love Life, the Anna Kendrick show, but then they decided, you know what, we're going to put them all out in 3 weeks total. Could they do that for Ted Lasso? I'm not so sure. We'll see. It depends on the popularity of the show, how much Apple wants it out there. But this show is good. It is, over the last couple of years, there have only been a few comedy series that have really captured my attention and made me think, gosh, this is good. This could be around for a while. One is The Unicorn on CBS with Walton Goggins, who should have gotten an Emmy nomination this year. He's great. And the other is Ted Lasso. After watching the first episode a few weeks ago, I was like, this is surprisingly good. Not only is Sudeikis really upbeat, positive, I like this character, but the way the stories are going and the characters, you think they're one way, and what Bill Lawrence, the creator of Scrubs, does is he gives you a complete 180 of who these characters turn out to be. Sudeikis plays a college football coach who decides to, with his assistant coach, go over to England and coach a soccer team that is struggling right now. It's a funny concept, and this character actually came from some NBC Sports skits that Sudeikis did over the years for them, and now it is an Apple TV Plus series. So that is the general premise, and he gets over there and he meets all the different players. He meets one of the players' girlfriends. He meets the boss, her assistant, the big news reporter over there, sports reporter over there. There are a lot of characters. The ball boy. And then we look into Ted Lasso's personal life as well. And it is rich, it is funny, and it is surprisingly emotional, especially as the show goes on. Now, I've seen all 10 episodes. Thank you to Apple for posting them all. I watched the first 3 one night a few weeks ago, and then a couple nights ago I binged 4 through 10, which, again, I really can't fully dive into until they're all out, basically, which is the beginning of October. But I do highly recommend this show. It is Rob Owen, a colleague of mine who writes television online and for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He wrote today, it's so rare to see such an upbeat, positive character on a TV comedy, because normally you get schmaltzy, kind of negative, sarcastic attitudes and that kind of vibe on these shows. This is not that at all, especially with the central character, which is why it's refreshing to watch this kind of show. It gets into soccer a little bit, the different leagues, and there are some soccer scenes that are well done, so sports fans should watch this. It does get into some more relationship territory in the second half, but kind of brings it back home with the sports themes as well. But you know who else is great on it is Juno Temple. Juno Temple plays the girlfriend of one of the star soccer players on the team. And you think she's a stereotype, but she's not. And she is very good on this. The actress who plays the boss is fantastic. The assistant coach is great. Yeah, Ted Lasso. Watch this show. Apple TV Plus. If you haven't gotten Apple TV Plus yet, to check out The Morning Show or Central Park or some of the other movies and shows, now is the time, especially with Ted Lasso now, that I recommend you give Apple TV Plus a chance, because this is their first true live-action comedy series winner right here in Ted Lasso, and thank you to them for allowing me to watch all 10 episodes. Juan TX, Juan M, have they asked you to replace Ellen yet? They have not. They have not. We'll see if somebody does replace Ellen this quickly, or maybe she'll just go through the final 2 years, but it is not a pretty situation right now for Ellen DeGeneres and the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Yeah, I think it would be surprising at this point, although anything can happen, to replace her about a month out into when the new season would be. It doesn't feel right. She's going to have to address some things, but it just doesn't seem at this point like it's time for that kind of a thing to happen, unless they're going through all kinds of crazy contract things, and those do take a little while. So last night I watched Project Power. This is Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, new on Netflix this weekend, this Friday, August 14th. Also stars Courtney B. Vance, my man, met him on a few occasions. A couple other names in it. It is a different kind of sci-fi action thriller movie. I'm going to have my full review. I'm embargoed basically until Thursday night. But what I can say is I didn't watch a trailer of this going in. I only knew the log line, basically a one-sentence synopsis of this movie going in. I would, if you want to avoid even that, go ahead. I would avoid trailers. I would avoid all those things so you can truly get into Project Power. That would be my recommendation, but I'll have my rapid review of that for you on Thursday night. It comes out Friday on Netflix. Tomorrow, going to have my review of a new documentary on Apple TV Plus, Boys State. I think Apple purchased this out of Sundance this year. It is a documentary on this Texas Boys State program, and what they do is they get about 1,000 young men between the ages of 16 and 18 together once a year. It was virtually this year, but usually in person. They go down to the Capitol building, and they get to basically form their own government in Texas. And there are other ones that pop up in different states all over the country. There's a girl state as well, but this documentary is solely about the boys' state that took place in 2018. And we see these young men try to form their own government. It's Lord of the Flies-esque, and what happens over the course of the week is basically a follow-around footage kind of movie. It's a little different than your traditional documentary. Can't really get into opinion until tomorrow, but tomorrow, about noon Eastern, I'll have my review of Boys State. Did get a lot of play at Sundance, but is it worth your time? And is the program itself successful in what it's trying to do? And I'll get into all of that in my review of that tomorrow. That'll be up on my social media. That's Twitter at LCJ Reviews and lights-camera-jackson.com. Instagram at lightscamjackson. Check that out as well. Some other new movies opening in the next few weeks. I've already seen The Binge. This is a comedy coming to Hulu. Should be still August 28th. Yeah, what are you watching? Let me know. Send in your questions, your comments right here. What's up? Sprint52G, I believe. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Jignesh3478. Ask me anything. You got some questions about what's going on with the movie theaters and these delays. Man, I'm tired of seeing these delays for the Friends reunion special, because it can be done. Either, this was the first option I gave a few months ago. Do a virtual one for the time being. A mini, maybe only half an hour, but what's everybody up to now at home on the 6 boxes? as a holdover, as a placeholder until the real thing, or at this point, put all 6 of them 6 feet apart in a studio, get a couple of tech people there, no audience, but they are so hell-bent on getting an audience in. I don't know why. But do that, record it, edit it, and put it on HBO Max because people will love it. People will eat this thing up. They've been waiting for this. The number one thing on HBO Max is not an original HBO Max series. It is the reruns of Friends. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Jignesh3478 trying to call me out for stuff. Sorry, man. Bye-bye. All right, what else is happening? Hey, you know what? A lot of new movies are coming out over the next couple weeks that look pretty interesting, like The One and Only Ivan. It's supposed to be this kind of circus movie, and when I was talking with the directors of Animal Crackers, which is another animated film, sort of about the circus, but they were telling me, look, these guys in Animal Crackers, which is on Netflix, and I still recommend for families, you eat the animal crackers, okay, and you transform into the different animals. It's not like a circus scene that is exploiting all kinds of animals. So, yeah. That is a little different because there's a bit of a controversy still surrounding can people attend the circus, should people attend the circus. So I'll be interested to see what The One and Only Ivan, which has a cast of Bryan Cranston, Angelina Jolie, Helen Mirren, lots of different people, what perspective Disney and they take on the circus situation right now. What's up here? Condolences about Regis says, Triple X Hot Mess Triple X. Thank you so much. You know, Regis passed away 2 weeks ago yesterday. Still thinking about him. His birthday, the day before mine, August 25th. So it'll be a different kind of August 25th this year for sure. Yeah, definitely when it comes to thinking about Reg. But boy, I was so fortunate to see him for the final time about 3 years ago this month, actually the week before our birthdays. And we were talking about that a little bit. You've been watching some television, watch Ted Lasso, catch up on some shows. I was surprised when I was looking at the Emmy nominations this year that Making the Cut with Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum didn't get any nominations because you think with the pedigree of them and Project Runway, and Amazon would have pushed hard to try to get them nominated for hosts of a reality show and the show nominated for a reality competition series. But I think in the scheme of things, Making the Cut came out too early. It came out, March, I think? And with people thinking about all the different shows coming out at various points and watching stuff in this COVID quarantine time, either some people forgot about it or there were slightly newer things that kind of took the place of that. So I was a little surprised of that. What do I think of the Mulan news? Oh, yeah, did that happen this week, too? So much going on. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Disney wants $30 more because it's Disney. But I think some people will do it, and I think some people will pass. The thing is, if you have 5 or 6 family members in your house and you want to watch Mulan, $30 is a good deal because you would normally be paying $15 or more each to see Mulan in theaters on the big screen. I wrote this piece the other day on the resurgence of the 90-minute movie because so many of these films I've been watching and that have been transitioning from they would have been in theaters to streaming services or VOD are very short. They're about 90 minutes long. And I'm thinking, man, maybe these are working because people won't, I don't believe, if and when indoor movie theaters return. They will not want to take all the time, the effort, the money to go to an indoor movie theater, sit through 25 minutes of trailers, and then a film that's about 80 minutes plus credits, and pay, $15, $16, $17, $20 to see a 90-minute movie. Look at Greyhound. Greyhound with Tom Hanks, probably, if it was still going to come out in theaters, probably would have gotten an IMAX deal before its opening weekend. Those are $20 tickets, at least. That movie's 80 minutes plus credits. You're telling me you would want to go to the theater and do all that to pay $20 to see an 80-minute movie plus credits when you can go on Apple TV Plus, check out Greyhound. What is it, $4.99 a month for Apple TV Plus? That's a heck of a deal. I think studios should keep putting the 90-minute movies on streaming services and VOD and save the long stuff like Tenet, like some of the other big movies, anything that's 2 hours, 2.5 hours long or Irishman length for the theaters because maybe people will think, it's 2.5 hours, I'll make the effort. I will make the effort, I will pay the money to do that. So many of these 90-minute films could have been in theaters, but they're now at home, and I think they're making more of an impact now at home than they might have in theaters. It's really interesting to think about that with the 90 minutes time frame. But with Mulan, which is currently September 4, Disney Plus, and some premium thing where you'll, I guess, press a button within your Disney Plus account system, and it'll say you got to pay another $30 here on top of the main fee. I think some people will do it. Will a single person do it? I don't know. But will groups of 3, 4, 5 do it? It's a good deal. It is. Disney's going to potentially lose a little, but they got to get this movie out there. They have this back catalog. They're looking over the schedule going, all right, if we do this, if we make an impact doing this and this, could more studios potentially do this? Sure. Down the line, with the $30 price, maybe going higher than that. But I'm not surprised that Disney is the one out of the gate to go higher than the $20 that we've been seeing from the other movies that are on pay video on demand. Will we still see the West Side Story movie this year? What are we going to see else from Disney and Fox and all of them? I'm not sure. That everything's up in the air. I saw there was a leaked poster of The Witches, which is the new Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer, Stanley Tucci movie. I think Stanley Tucci, right? Based on the Roald Dahl book. There's a leaked poster online, and a lot of people are not liking it. I don't know. I have to see it fully to see if I truly appreciate it, and if there's a trailer coming out for it. That's supposed to be out in October. But at this point, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We will see. So this week, again, Boys State. Boys State is going to be my review of that tomorrow at lights-camera-jackson.com. Also, Mulan is coming out September 4. Tenet is September 4. Bill and Ted is August 28th. And I'll have my review of Project Power. Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Netflix movie on Thursday. Look for that. Ted Lasso, you want my review of that? Go to lights-camera-jackson.com in the blog section. Also, I've got my thoughts on the 90-minute movies at lights-camera-jackson.com. And I've got my reviews of all of these new movies that are out. You can look at the News 10 segment as well. But my thoughts that I used to go here, and The Tax Collector, and Made in Italy, and An American Pickle, and Howard, and The Secret Garden, and a little bit on Sam if you go into the Now Showing section. And I will wrap this up here today on LCJ Live by answering this question. Will Tenet still come out in 2020? It's a tough call. Do I believe it will still come out before the Oscar deadline of February 26th? Yes. Do I believe it will still come out in the calendar year of 2020, September 4th, around the corner? It's so soon. So is Unhinged with the Russell Crowe movie, so soon. I don't know. At this point, one of my philosophies, nothing happens until it actually happens. And that could be the case here with Tenet. And Unhinged, which that studio's been pushing this several times. Nothing happens until it actually happens. Will these movies still come out? It's one of the big questions and one of the big things we've been following here in the entertainment industry, and I look forward to continuing to follow over the next several weeks. So check out Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, and the website is lights-camera-jackson.com. I will see you next Sunday for more LCJ Live at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, check out all the website and social media stuff. And hope you're watching movies and you're staying positive and you're staying healthy through all of this and that you're getting through this. Labor Day is not that far away. And hopefully a lot more great movies are on the way as well. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Stay positive. Watch some good movies and television shows like Ted Lasso. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching LCJ Live.